Go back 45 years back.
Wait, you have to hear me to understand me. I'm saying that this idea that everyone has to become one thing is not humanly possible. Where are you going?
So look, he's obviously new.
Well, there were other cameras there.
Let me
Okay, don't worry.
Listen, let me back
That's
you up.
fine.
Don't run away.
No problem. Let him go. He doesn't want to
This
be.
is the situation.
So the point is, now let me summarize this point. This gentleman who was here, he was talking about immigration. Clearly, he talked about the French and he said they are coming in and they are assimilating while the Muslims are not. And this particular way of looking at immigration is actually racist and xenophobic. Okay, you can accept one set of culture or one type of culture to come in and live in Britain because they are like you or they become like you. And if they don't become like you, then you are not accepted. This is what we call xenophobia and racism. In some cases it's xenophobia, in some cases it's because of racism.
100% you're right.
Yeah.
But certain communities haven't helped
Yeah.
with allowing the right wing to promote a negative narrative. Yes
I
or no?
agree,
Yeah?
but sometimes when you magnify an ant, you put a magnifying glass on an ant and make it look like an elephant, that's another problem. So communities can be wrong, and
I'm agreed with you on the
Yeah.
right-wing media
Yeah.
and the fact that the German cousins of the English who bombed them,
Yeah.
who are now their friends, can choose whether they want to come or go. But the people who died in World War I and World War II, helped the NHS and the railways, their children 50-50, as you saw with Windrush.
yeah,
Windrush should be a classic example
Exactly.
of how basically extremely rich people
yeah,
are messing up poor people. Now the new narrative is, now what's shameful for me is I grew up in the sort of like early 80s with the National Front, and see me, I saw everybody as one. Yeah, you know, in my innocence, and we fought the National Front and the BNP everywhere. I used to love it. It was an excuse to be a young man. Yeah. And what I couldn't understand is when I got to university, how the Wahhabis managed to get a load of children and tell them that, guess what? We're no longer brothers, that we're different. And so as soon as I ripped apart the Wahhabis, they changed organisation because they originally said, oh, Pakistan...
When you say Wahhabi, what do you mean by Wahhabi?
So the Saudi Arabs have been pumping £5 million a year
Yeah.
into England to brainwash kids.
And
Now, when they
where is
first
the
arrived-
evidence for that money
Well,
coming in?
I'm the evidence.
How?
I was an experience. I grew
Right.
up with Pakistani, Bangladeshi, loads of kids. I'm a Londoner. For me, everybody's my friend. I don't see colour. I see vibration. I see vibration.
I had no Sikh friends.
So listen to this. When you meditate a lot,
Yeah.
and you're spiritual, you don't see someone's body or their label. You see their vibration.
Yeah,
So in our culture, so in Punjab, when you know, in the country that I'm from, everybody was respected according to their deeds and how they are. So man of honour, sensible man, family. So every woman was my sister.
but that wasn't
Everybody's brothers.
that wasn't the
That's
case
how-
always.
No, but that's how. No, that's how I was raised. Yeah, I was raised like
Yeah,
that.
but your Punjab is different to the Punjab of the past.
No, it's not. It's the same. I'm the same as.
So
I went to Pakistan.
the violence
Punjab.
that took place between the Sikhs and the Muslims
That was orchestrated by the British.
Okay, that's fine.
If
So were the
somebody
Sikhs
says,
were the Sikhs
"Here's a gun
Wahhabis?
to you, here's a gun
Did-
to
did the-
you."
did the Sikhs-
Oh, he called your
No.
sister something.
Did the Sikhs become Wahhabis? Did the Sikhs become?
Look.
And were the Muslims
Partition of
Wahhabis?
India-
Were the Muslims
partition of
Wahhabis?
India
Yeah.
was orchestrated by the British.
Yes.
And it was the British jumped
Yeah.
Zina, Gandhi studied in England, Oxford, Cambridge graduate. Nehru, Oxford, Cambridge graduate.
Yeah.
Jinnah, Oxford. As far as I'm concerned, they were like, house boys. You know, like Malcolm
No.
X has his term.
No.
Country boys and house boys.
Jinnah was not.
Yeah,
Jinnah was not.
Little bit.
No. If you have read his history,
If Jinnah was intelligent,
no.
he would have done a different deal.
What do you think he would have done?
Because Jinnah's experiment of Pakistan right now,
It wasn't an experiment.
of course, it was an experiment.
No.
Let me
Jinnah
tell you.
he did not do an experiment.
What was
This
India,
was a necessity for
No,
him.
listen to me. What
Yeah.
was India?
Yeah.
Right, was a continent like Europe.
Yeah.
There's loads of separate states with different languages, different cultures.
Cultures, yeah.
And India still is. India's not India. India's separate states.
Yes.
Like United States of America. Like United States of Europe.
Yes.
Yeah? So is Pakistan. The Balochis don't overlap the Punjabis,
Yeah.
who don't overlap the Sindhis, who don't overlap the Kashmiris. That's why you got the Kashmir problem. The idea is be respectful of each other, but allow each other to have your language, your food culture. I celebrate all my friends' food culture and language culture and music culture.
It's beautiful what you're saying. It's beautiful theoretically. In reality, that wasn't the case. Wait, when the divisions were real.
No, they're obviously crazy.
Jinnah.
India, listen to me.
Wait.
Why did Sikhs and Muslims fight in World War One? Because the Gore said we'll leave India. You know what was India, Pakistan then, yeah? So they said, all right, reluctantly, because we were fighting the British. We didn't want people invading our country and telling us what to do, making us cut our hair and be Gore. Yeah? So what did we do? We said, all right, if you leave, we'll fight. World War One recruited a million Sikhs, Muslims and Hindu. 1 million. That's a big number. But Gore were getting their ass kicked.
No, but my question is now let's fast forward.
Okay.
The colonial powers or Britain is leaving, right? Leaving India.
It's not left yet.
Wait. No, this is what I'm saying. Fast forward. 1947, Mountbatten comes to India to divide it, to finish off, right? Because they tried to mess it up, of course. They tried to leave a united India behind. They tried, the British. No.
They would have said,
wait.
Here's India, see you later. They would have left. Listen, Punjabis would have been in Punjab, enjoying ourselves. Why would you want to leave?
If you let me finish.
Punjabis, listen.
No, if you let me finish, you will understand.
So, Punjabis like to eat good food, they like to be happy, they like to dance, and they enjoy life.
My daddy's Punjabi.
We don't want to go anywhere. We were happy. You got five rivers. You got loads of food. You got good music. We've been there for 3,000 Punjabi.
As I said, these are beautiful things you're saying. Come to the real world. The real world was if the British left India as a democracy, it was but natural for the Hindus to come to power.
No.
Okay, wait.
If they just left India as it is, it would have gone back to the way it was.
It would have been a massive bloodbath.
No. Listen to me,
it was.
Stop. No, it wasn't. Before the British came, listen to me, India was ruled by little kings and little states who were under manners. Every now and again.
And who was governing? Who was governing them?
Again, one king had
who was governing? Who was governing them?
Nobody. They were individual states.
No.
They were.
Your history. Wait.
Listen to me.
Wait.
You go back as long as you want.
I'm not being arrogant. But I have a master's in history of India. So I'm not being.
Let me. India, they used to go through Punjab. They get a few slaps. They carry on through. They rob the rest of India, all the little girly areas. They rob it. As they're coming back through Punjab, they get a few more slaps. We'd rob them again, and we sit and chill out. Everybody used to know, try and avoid Punjab. Whenever they went through, they got shitted.
The point I'm making is that your theory of perfection. Your theory of perfection. No, he didn't make it through.
He went to Punjab.
No, he did. He went through Punjab. He came to India. He came to India. He looked around. He borrowed or stole a load of stuff, and he said, "You know what? Time for me to go."
First time he saw elephants and he ran away.
No, he met Indian philosophers that said to him, "What are you going to do with your life?" He said, "I'm going to conquer so and so." Then what are you going to do? Then I'm going to conquer so and so. Then what are you going to do? He goes, "Then I'm going to rest." He goes, "That's what we're doing now. Why don't you rest now? Enjoy what's left of your life." And then you know what happened? Before he got back, he on his funeral he said, "I want you to leave my hands out of my coffin, so people know I'm going without any money, or to leave my feet out, so you know everything that I gained is not going with me."
This is not history. What you're describing there is legend. This is not history.
No,
this is our stories. No.
What do you take with you when you
Paji, this is not.
Punjabi? Are you Punjabi?
Yeah, I'm Punjabi. I can speak Punjabi fluently.
Where are you from?
I can even say Punjabi poetry.
Where are you from in Punjab?
I haven't lived in Punjab, but I'm very close to Punjab.
Where?
Islamabad, the capital. It is.
Mandi,
It is.
Same thing. All right.
What you're describing there is not history. Historically, if you want to get into Alexander, it's going to be another lecture. So leave it.
let's leave
Coming
that
back
one.
to partition.
Yeah.
I'm saying Jinnah, you said Jinnah and Gandhi were chamche, they were not.
Yeah, they were.
No, they were not. Nehru might have been a chamcha.
Right, Nehru was a chamcha.
Nehru might have been a chamcha. Gandhi and Jinnah were not chamche. Gandhi was a very sincere man
No, he
who
wasn't.
really.
He's a
No,
racist.
wait.
He's a
Of
racist.
course,
He's a
listen. Well, if you let me, guys, if you don't let me finish, he was sincere with his cause. He wanted freedom.
Yeah.
He wanted freedom from the British because he was thrown out of a train. You know the story?
That's right.
Yeah. Because he saw the real racist face of the British Raj
That's right.
in South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, he was an attorney at law.
Yeah.
He sat in a dabba,
Yeah.
you know, the train.